Welcome. My name is Jamie Stapleton. I am a science teacher for Knox County Schools. I will be doing a lesson for our 6th grade students on energy transformations. This is part of our Week 3 instruction. If this video is hard to understand, you can turn on closed captions if available. Adjust the playback speed to slow down the video. Consider watching short clips, then pause, listen, and watch again. Ask someone in your home to watch the video with you. Stop frequently and talk to your partner about what you heard and understood. These resources and more are available at KCS website under the Student Resources tab inside the Week 3 packet. Printed copies are available for pickup on Wednesday mornings from 10 to noon at meal distribution sites. Our objective and success criteria. Objective. Today, I will review by identifying examples of energy transformations in everyday items. Success criteria. I will know that I am successful when I can accurately identify examples that fit given energy transformations. Look around you. What examples of energy do you see? Maybe you saw flowers that are blooming outside right now. Maybe you see the sun shining up above you. Perhaps you see an electronic device like a TV, maybe your cell phone or a toaster. You could even see food like cereal. What are the types of energy? The two main types of energy are potential and kinetic. Do you remember what they mean? Under each type of energy, there are other forms or types of energy. Potential energy has 4 forms found under it: chemical, gravitational, nuclear, and elastic. Kinetic energy has mechanical, radiant also known as light, sound also known as acoustical, electrical, heat also known as thermal. Let's continue reviewing. Why does energy change? Why does an object have more than one type of energy? And why does it transform? Hopefully, you remember the law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only changed. We know by looking at the roller coaster that energy is going to change or transform from gravitational potential energy to motion or mechanical. But at the end, there's another energy transformation. If we were to touch the tracks, we would feel heat. The friction of the wheels on the track caused thermal energy. It may not be an energy that we necessarily want or need when riding a roller coaster, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely part of the energy transformation of a roller coaster. Before we continue on to this week's activity, let's review last week's activity. You were encouraged to build a Rube Goldberg machine, taking something simple and making it more complicated, more or less for fun. We've all seen these on the internet. There's lots of fun videos. If you have not seen one, please research Rube Goldberg machines to see more examples. This is an example that some of our Knox County students created. By looking at the pictures, we can tell that the energy was transforming from gravitational potential to mechanical or motion. What types of energy were displayed in your machine last week? Let's begin on this week's activity. Identify what energy types are found and transform when we use our television. We see the sun, a solar panel, an electrical plug, a TV screen, and an ear. Hopefully, you have seen several solar panels here in Tennessee, and you have previously learned that solar panels can help transform energy from the sun, which is nuclear, into electricity. So, the beginning of our energy transformation would begin with nuclear to radiant, meaning the light from the sun, to electrical. Those electrons are going to move along that wire. Our TV screen will be able to come on, and so it lights up. That's radiant. And then we can hear sound or acoustical. Let's outline a cell phone. What powers a cell phone? Hopefully you remember that a battery powers the cell phone. That's chemical. Anytime there is a battery involved, it will always be chemical energy. We know wires run from that battery to the rest of our phone. That's so the electrons can move. That means electrical energy. Then our phone is going to light up. Things are going to move across the screen, and we're going to hear sound. How did you do? Did you outline it correctly? What about a car? This one can be a little bit harder. We know that a car has chemical energy in two different ways. One, the battery, and two, the burning of the gasoline. Then those items are going to transform into electrical energy, thermal energy, and then we'll find radiant, mechanical, and sound because our car is going to move, make noise, and light up. Let's outline a trampoline. In order for a trampoline to work, we first must put force, which would be motion. We know that a trampoline is made out of a stretchy material. It also has springs. That's your elastic. And then after you use the elastic potential energy, you are going to move upward and find gravitational potential energy. So the transformation for a trampoline goes motion, elastic to gravitational. Let's outline a campfire. Remember, the burning of something is always chemical, whether it's gasoline, coal, wood, paper. That is always chemical energy. It will then transform to thermal, and we will have radiant and sound. We can hear the fire crackling as the wood burns. What about a windmill? This is more of a traditional windmill, but you can find windmills in Tennessee also. They're right down the road in Windrock. We can make this one complicated, or we can make it simple. I'm just going to make it simple, and I'm going to start out with mechanical for the wind. Now, we could back it all the way up to the sun because we know that the sun is responsible for wind on Earth. But, like I said, I'm going to make it simple. So we're going to say mechanical for the movement of air, also known as wind. Then the blades are going to turn. The blades turning, that is also motion or mechanical, and we're going to hear it as it turns. That will then be transformed to the electrical energy that we use in our homes and everyday lives. So, the fun part. Look around your house. I want you to find examples for each energy transformation outline. Remember, this is our success criteria. Are you able to look at an outline of the energy transformation and identify an object that could fit into that energy transformation? Let's start with electrical, transformed into radiant and sound. Did you find an item? The first one that comes to my mind is a boombox. Throwing it back to the 80s there. Maybe you came up with CD player. What about nuclear, radiant to thermal? Did you find something? The first thing that comes to my mind is the sun. There's not many examples of nuclear energy, so that one could be a little bit more difficult. What about chemical to mechanical and radiant and sound? More than likely, either burning or a battery has to be in place. The first one that came to my mind was a cell phone. You could also say something else as long as it begins with chemical and ends with mechanical and radiant and sound. What about gravitational to mechanical? As simple as this one is, I actually had a lot of items that came to my mind. What came to your mind? Was it a basketball? What about a bicycle? Or even an elliptical? Or a yo-yo? All require height for motion. What about elastic to mechanical? A teacher's favorite, mechanical pencils. Well, maybe our least favorite because they're always breaking. But the spring helps the lead to move. You could also say a rubber band or a ponytail holder, even a slingshot. I want you now to draw and label your own energy transformation. If you're very creative, feel free to draw more elaborate pictures. If you don't feel like you're the best drawer, that's okay. This is just supposed to be for fun. I decided to outline my own. And I'm not a very good drawer, so I use clip art with a little bit of drawing tools. I decided to outline a blow dryer. So I'm going to plug it in That's electrical. I'm going to turn it on, and heat is going to be produced to blow my hair dry. That's thermal. The air is motion as it's blowing towards my hair. And I'm going to hear a sound as the blow dryer dries my hair. What did you come up with? There are so many items you could outline in your house. Hopefully, you chose something we haven't discussed today. Your oven, your stove, maybe something simple like playing outside. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you continue to be on the lookout for the energy transformations all around you. Stay safe.